ForestBeehive Apiary is set on the shores of a beautiful forest lake, and there are a few streams coming in and out of the lake. We have here almost 5 acres of land within pristine woodlands, adjacent to a state park and far removed from traffic and any agro-industrial sources of pesticides and pollution. We're pesticide-free, and bees are not subjected here to any chemical or acid or oil treatments. No antibiotics or antifungal or acids or essential oils will ever be used. We provide our bees with the best possible housing for surviving cold Maine winters. The extra thick walls of our stationary long, deep horizontal hives are insulated with 1.5 inches of natural wool, providing 6 times the insulation value of the conventional beehives. This is R6. And this will be ideal for bees' development and for surviving cold Maine winters. The original plan was to populate all of our beehives from the swarms of local survivor bees only. The spring is still cold here, however, and by May 1st, none of our 5 bee swarm traps caught any bees, but we'll keep trying until August. Today, we're going with our next best option. We're populating the first hive, this is Layens horizontal hive, from a nuke with the northern bees from Ohio originated varroa-resistant bees, where in the original apiaries, the bees were kept treatment-free, that's in Ohio, and where the cold winters are similar to ours in Central Maine. To move the bees from a conventional nuke box, I will only transfer the frames containing brood, and then I will add the top Layens feeder frame with half honey and half water. So I will be transferring from the nuke box the brood frames one by one, while custom fitting each nuke frame within the deep Layens frame. To custom fit a nuke frame inside the Layens frame, I will first need to remove all of the bees from each nuke frame. Step 1. From each nuke frame, one by one, I shake off the bees into the Layens hive and then brush away the few bees that still remain on the frame, so that in the end, the frame has no bees on it. Then I close the lid of the Layens hive. Step 2. With the nuke frame empty of bees, I can use the circular saw on this frame to cut it off appropriately so I can custom fit it within the deep Layens frame. Then I use the drywall screws that don't require pre-drilling to tighten the inner nuke box frame within the Layens frame. Any smaller cut-off pieces, if they contain brood, will be also used later in the transfer. Step 3. I move the combined Layens frame into the hive and close the lid, and continue the same process of custom fitting the remaining brood frames from the nuke box into deep Layens frame, one by one. Step 4. As there are still some bees remaining on the walls of the nuke box after removing all the frames, I shake off the bees from the nuke box itself into the Layens hive and close the lid. Step 5. As this is a new colony from a nuke box, and it is still early in the season, I have to feed the bees. So I will add the Layens horizontal feeder frame. I try to feed with half honey from the verified source and half water. Only when no trustworthy honey source is available, I would feed with half organic sugar and half water. The famous French beekeeper Georges de Layens, in his book Keeping Bees in Horizontal Hives, says that sustainable beekeeping rests on two principles: using local bees and keeping them in appropriate deep frame hives. We hope that our hardy Ohio-sourced varroa-resistant bees would survive and prosper here just as well as our local Maine wild survivor bees.